I'm excited for today for a lot of reasons. One, this is a change from our usual format. Obviously, we do on Friday evenings. So when Binod suggested that we should try to do it on a Saturday, we were not sure. But I could see the energy level, so I'm very happy about that. Second is a new look away from our usual spot, Florida. Right. Thanks to Rafiz. Rafiz, where are you? Yeah. So this girl is founded by Rafiz. He's doing really well. This is his first initiative. He's expanding into Abu Dhabi. Corey introduced Binod. Let me give you a background. I came to Dubai in 2003. I was with EY on the advisory side. That's when I met Binod. Binod was on the assurance side, on the audit side. And what is important is work. What Binod has done for phenomenal. He is an endurance athlete. He has conquered amazing number of summits, both in Nepal, India, Africa. Yeah. So I don't know how many summits you conquered, but that's phenomenal. But I was shocked that you were 500 kilometers cycling champion.
Sort of.
That's the 500 kilometers 5 times. And it's done 5 times mini marathons and 2 times full marathons. What more can you get? A round of applause. Thank you.
I already know most of the names, so that's easy. You know? And we will know more names in the course of the day.
Right, so simple icebreaker, right? Very simple. Okay, you got a pad, you got a pen in front of you. Right, so I want you all to write just on that piece of paper one challenge you're facing right now, just one. Don't write your name. Don't write your name, just write one challenge you're facing right now. So, yeah, so just one challenge, that's it. Not 2, not 3, just one challenge. Don't write your name, don't reveal your identity, unless you want to, of course, it's up to you. Tear off that piece of paper. Crumple it. Crumple it. Don't tear it. Don't tear it into pieces. Just crumple it. Done? Throw it in the air. Here. Pick up whatever pieces you find. Don't pick a piece, obviously, but you won't know. Just pick some piece. Some piece. Don't go after your piece, huh? People like, I put it there. You just throw something somewhere, right? We can give you more challenges in life if you want. Right. So someone wants to open up Faiz. What does yours say?
Oh, mine is finishing tasks.
Finishing task. One line. That's
one line. That's it.
Okay. Rashta.
Cut the attention of boss.
Cut the attention of boss. Cut the attention of boss. Or get the attention. Hold on. This sounds dangerous, man. Cut the attention. Does anyone know what this is? Is it cut or get? Sorry? Maybe cut the boss. Maybe you never know, right? Shamil? Getting a driver's license. Oh man, that's a challenge. Who knew that, right? That came from left field, man. I didn't expect that one. I didn't expect that one, right? Salahuddin, where's Salahuddin? There you go. Yeah.
Level up to lead a function.
Level up to lead a function. That's nice. Pretty good, right? Oh yeah, that's a big one, right? Time management. How many of you have issues with time management? Come on, don't be shy. Just raise your hands, man. Yeah, I know it's being recorded, but you want to record in the back of your faces, not not the front. Right. So good. So it's a good idea. Anyone else? Naufal? Distraction. Ibrahim?
Yeah. To secure a full-time professional role.
To secure a full-time professional role. Okay. Nehav?
To get up in the morning and work
out. Work out. Not just get up in the morning. That would have been a problem, right? I can't get up in the morning, man. That's why I came today to teach how to get up in the morning. Get up in the morning and work out. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Spending time with boys.
I'm assuming spending time with the family. I hope that's what it means. Cool. So thank you guys for, sorry.
There's a start here.
This is a start. He would like to be a star. That's what he says. They're only a star. Very, very cryptic, huh? Very cryptic. Right. Thank you so much, guys. That's for the icebreaker. Thanks, Faiz, for introducing me. And when he called me 2 weeks ago, out of the blue, right, after a long time, right, I was like, what's this about? And then he said, you have this bunch of people who are there, a lot of them from finance background, and what should we talk about? Then we had the brainstorming session, me, Faiz, Ashik, right? Because I didn't want to talk about something just for the sake of talking about it. We want to talk about something that relates to people, that people can connect with, that makes them leave with a few action points at the end of the day, right? Not some random stuff. Hence this topic. And like Faiz said, he was stuck. I was stuck as well. So let me talk about a few things. Right, so how to get unstuck is the session heading topic. We will have a Q&A at the end. So you can hold your questions for that. Please write them down. Happy to answer all those questions. And we can continue the conversation after that as well. I've got my cards. I can distribute that to you. Not a problem, right? So how do you get unstuck is the question here, right? So I want to go back to April 2009. I'll tell you why, right? So I was in a company. I was executive director of finance. I had a team of 25 reporting to me, MENA region, but a $5 billion portfolio of assets, real estate. So from the outside, it looks amazing, huh? Executive director of finance, listed company, right? Corner office, jacket, German car, blah, 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 right? Everything is fine. But internally, it was a shit show, right? My boss was a paranoid jerk, okay? A micromanager, right? Intensely obsessive with details, critical to the code, hypercritical to the code, right? Always watching his back as though someone's going to stab him. Maybe he was stabbed, right, at some point. And so every day I would get up in the morning and go to work stressed out. I could not sleep at night. I almost had a stomach ulcer because day and night, 24/7, you're thinking about this situation, right? No operating freedom, right? You can't speak about stuff. You're not learning anything new, right? So one day, after a particularly acrimonious discussion with my boss over an email, I still remember, in April 2009, over an email, he was teaching me how to write an email. So, he was the chief development officer. He was teaching me, executive director of finance. By then, I had about 17 years experience, how to write an email. We spent 2.5 hours on how to start an email, paragraphs. He was teaching me English, and how to end an email, how do you politically correct in writing emails, etc., etc. I didn't say anything. I didn't argue. So I still remember this point, right? Can imagine me standing. My office was on the 25th or 30th floor of this tower. Everyone had gone home, including my boss. Or 8 p.m., right? I'm standing in my office, almost like this, looking into the traffic below and thinking, what the hell am I doing here? What am I doing here? I didn't need the title. The title and the money meant nothing at that point because the stress you were getting in return was just off the charts. Off the charts, right? I mean, imagine working under stress every hour, every day and not learning anything at all and being criticized and. It's like, why am I here? I don't need the money so much. I don't have so much financial liabilities, right? And suddenly it was like there's this eureka moment you have, right? Eureka moment you have, like this bulb goes off. And at that point, like Faiz mentioned, at that point, I'd also been running this training company by the side, the CFA prep company. It was tiny by that time. I started that company in 2008, July, with 2 other partners. So what I used to do is I used to fly in. I was based in Bahrain at that time, by the way. I used to fly in from Bahrain on the weekends and teach and go back on Saturday night. So the company was picking up momentum. It had no full-time staff. It was just a name and a cubicle. There was no office even, right? Small revenues, but it's picking momentum. I love teaching, right? Go back to what Adil and I discussed earlier. I love teaching, the freedom, the ownership, the impact you make, right? So I called up that night. I called up my one of my partners. He's like an elder brother to me, like an mentor. I said, Lalit Agarwal, he works in Abu Dhabi, in Sovereign Wealth Fund. I said, Lalit, I don't know what to do. I can't take corporate life anymore. It's been 17 years in corporate life. Lots of good parts, but also parts like this. And at that age of mine, I was about to turn 40 then, okay? That May, I was about to turn 40. April, 1 month away from turning 40, you know. Like a midlife crisis about to happen, already happening. I called Lalit and said, boss, this is a terrible situation. I don't want to come back to office tomorrow. I want to live corporate life. What do I do? Right? It's like this crisis, right? What do you do? And then he said the most helpful words that anyone has said to me in my life, probably. He said, why are you worried? A company is running in Dubai called Genesis, right? It needs a CEO. The market is huge. There's no competition. You're brilliant at teaching. You love teaching. Come back and run the company. You know that even now when I talk about that call, right, I get goosebumps. Because it was like somebody unshackled me. You know what the feeling, right? Somebody just took a key and unlocked. And I put the phone down and decided that's it. That's the problem. Next day morning, I gave back my BlackBerry. There's a BlackBerry there. And access card back to Aaron. Aaron Clayton was the head of HR. He was shocked, the head of HR, because they had not hired anyone senior for the last 1 year. This is during the financial crisis, remember, 2009, the real estate crisis, right? So they hadn't hired anyone for 1 year. I was the only senior hire the company had made in the last 1 year. And I was leaving after 4 months. So he said, no, think about it, don't take action like this. It's emotional. Think about it. These things happen. Go home. This was Wednesday. I remember it was Wednesday. Weekend started on Friday. He said, take Thursday off. Weekend is off. Come back on Monday, refreshed, and we'll talk about it. I said, okay, fine. 1 day off. Go home. Watch some television. Thought about it. Came back on Monday. Told Aaron, nothing has changed, right? In fact, I became even more clear that I need to leave. And that was it. Resignation was effective that day. I served my 1 month notice. I flew into Dubai on May 20th, 2009. I still remember. I didn't have an apartment. I just had 2 bags. I stayed in Holiday Inn Express in Knowledge Village because our office was in Knowledge Village then, Knowledge Park now. Our first revision session for CFA was on May 22nd. So I stayed in the hotel. I used to go down and deliver the session along with a few other trainers, including Mohit, my co-partner. The rest is history. 2017, February, it was acquired by Kaplan, the multinational training and publishing giant. I stayed for 1 more year as CEO, and then I left because I'm not the kind that fits in with a big conglomerate, right? I need to do my own thing. So why am I telling the story of mine, right? Because that is when, that night, right, in April, was the first time in my life that my values were brought to my attention in such a very powerful manner. At no other point in my life had this been the choice. This is you. This is not you. Right? That choice had never been implicitly, explicitly mentioned to me by anyone. I was never aware of it. I knew I was good in certain things, bad in certain things, but not this, it was not such an existential issue. Almost like life or death, right? This is it. So that's what happened, right? And hence the importance of values. So what are values then? Can someone define them for me? What do you think are values? What's the definition of values?
It's a moral compass.
Moral compass. There you go. Guiding principles.
Quotes to live by.
Quotes to live by, yes.
Notions generally accepted by all.
Emotions? Notions generally accepted by all, yes. Come on, everyone has to talk, by the way. Freedom of thought. Ashik, I know most people's names, so I'm going to call you out. That's the good and bad thing. That's the good and bad thing about having a teacher standing here, because I remember names, right? No, not in my sessions. There are no backbenchers in my sessions, right? Habits, right? Where is Abhishek? Abhishek is here somewhere. Why sitting there, man? But you can't escape me. By the way, what are values? Definition? principles, right? Shamil? Yes.
It's basically the moral values mainly.
Moral values. It's interesting people talk about the moral aspect a lot. Huh? What do you feel is right? Rita?
I see it as the purpose of life and what defines you.
Purpose of life, right? Yeah. So all of you are right in some way. So the definition that I resonated with the most was this one, right? One line. Fundamental beliefs that guide our choices and behaviors. It's like the GPS, the compass that we have, right? Every day we live our values in some shape or form. We don't realize it, right? But we do, right? Beliefs. So this is the link is beliefs drive values, values drive goals. This is the connection. Your beliefs, which are more deep-rooted than values, which come from childhood, parenting, those drive values. Values in action are behaviors. And then you have goals. And there's a very neat linear connection between it, right? So what are examples of values, I think? Now that we know that this is the definition of values, right? Fundamental beliefs that guide our choice and behavior. What do you think are examples of values? Integrity, good one, yeah. Honesty. Passion. Sorry? Respect, yes. Commitment. Self-awareness, good one, yeah. How many of us are self-aware? We'll find out. Yeah. Discipline, yeah. So many, right? So many examples of values, and they're unique, right? They're quite unique to us, and we live them every day, almost every day, in some shape or form, right? So many examples of values. I just got some examples from the net, right? Acceptance, achievement, family, friendship, service, security, right? Someone put romance as a value. Who knows, right? Commitment, clarity, right? So all these examples of values, and there is no good or bad about it. Agreed? Or is there? I'm asking you. This is not a lecture, by the way. I stopped giving lectures many years ago. This is a discussion. I want interaction. I want questions. Right? Sorry?
It's about being consistent.
Be consistent.
Could be subjective, like some people I might.
Exactly. Yes.
Balance, too much of one thing is not good.
Too much of one thing is not good. Tell that to Elon Musk. You know? It's subjective, right? Anything else? Want to add, someone? Relative. Yeah.
The boss's value was what was causing the problem.
Your boss's behaviors were driven by his values, correct? Yeah. Was causing you problem, yes. Great. So the importance of values is it's quite important. So why do we need values, by the way? How do we apply them in daily life? Why are they so important? Why? Sorry? Defines a person, right? Yeah, but in practical life, you go to your work on Monday morning, right? How does it matter? Or you go about your day or your week or your month. How does it matter? Is it something philosophical and, like some bullshit that we can sort of, just keep in our pocket? Your conscience, morale. No, on a practical base I'm talking about. A practical... Your actions will be dependent on your values. Give examples of actions. You're right. Your actions are dependent on your values, but what?
Let's say you wake up early in the morning.
Right.
You need to go in time to office.
Right.
Rest of, like you prioritize. So those kind of.
We have to follow certain values.
I'm looking for specific things.
Something simple like you're in a restaurant and ordering something with the waiter. The way you speak to him, or if you get something.
Yeah. We all know people who behave weirdly in restaurants, right? Yeah. Respectfully or not? Respect is a value.
You can shout at him, insult him.
Exactly.
Say, I'm sorry, this is not what I ordered. Could you please change it?
Let's talk about work.
The ownership of team mistakes.
Take ownership of team's mistakes. Yeah, that's a value. Right. Respecting time.
Your client asks you for advice, you give him what he would want.
And not what benefits you only, right? Are you in private banking by any chance? Okay. I think so. I'm sorry. You talk to Ashik as well. That's a different area altogether. Advise by private bankers, right? So yeah, so this is the list of things that we can talk about in terms of, one is values are linked to goals, right? Values and goals are very clearly. So I'll give you an example. If value for you would be, say, fitness. If fitness is a value, right? Then what do you think your goal would be? The fitness-related goal, right? Isn't it? Yeah? So that's the example of the connection between values and goals. They're closely connected, right? Okay. Second connection of or importance of values is career, obviously. And why do I say career? What's the career implication here? Give me an example of how values and career are connected. No, what I'm saying, why would your choice of career be determined by your values is what I'm asking.
How you execute on a daily basis in your job.
Even before that, choice of career. Yes, choice of career.
Someone wants to go to service, maybe go to medical profession. Someone wants to make a lot of money with a specialty in finance.
Exactly. So your choice of career is driven by your values, right? Some people want to have expensive stuff. They want to make enough money, right? So they choose that career, right? Some people want respect. Some people want to travel around the world. Some people want to make a lot of money. They go into investment banking, right? Some people want to deal with clients. They go into private banking, for example. So it's very important to know your values because they're linked to your career. If your values and your career are misaligned, you're going to be miserable. I can guarantee you that, right? If you are, for example, the kind of open, extroverted, fun-loving, free person, and you work in a corporate environment like a bank, right? Handling AML or KYC, trust me, buddy, you're going to leave very soon, okay? Or you'll get fired. So choice of career is very much linked to your values. People don't realize that. I didn't know that. Most of us didn't know that. Now I do. I keep advising my clients, be very careful what career you choose because you have to show your values there, and sometimes they won't like it. And you get fired, or you'll do badly at your job. Employer, choice of employer. Is linked to values or no? Very much. How? Want to explain? Want to give some examples? Okay.
You need to see the morality and the way. Are they focusing only on the number part of it?
Correct.
Or do they have ingrained back in their DNA?
Yes.
So people.
Yeah.
So if you get it wrong, and then, like what he said, in be another you there.
Correct. Yeah.
What about that?
A very good saying that driving the same direction is a good way of putting it. Driving the same direction, right? Absolutely. Which is why we connect more with friends than relatives. True. Relatives, you can't do anything about it. You're born with them, right? It's true. It's a fact. Uncles, aunts, cousins, nieces, nephews. No, it came as part of the package. It's a package deal. Buy one, get 25 free. Right? Friends you can choose. How do you choose them? Largely based on values, right? And you need to have the right size circle of friends, very important. Business, life partner. So when I was running my company, I had a colleague of mine. He was my co-founder as well. But we were like black and white. I mean, if you saw us in the same room and observed us closely, we were like chalk and cheese, right? But we had some common values, right? So on the outside, don't look at the outside superficiality, right? How they dress, how they talk. Look at what's the common thing. The common themes were commitment to excellence, commitment to teamwork, commitment to making the business work, commitment to keeping your ego under control, right? Those are values, right? So when you have a business partner, and of course, let's not talk about the life partner. That's a very different discussion. This is not a marriage counseling session. But also depends on that, right? You want to go to entrepreneurship, your wife says no. It's too risky for the kids. How many of your wives have said that? No one is raising their hands, right? Or other way around, husband says no. Happens, right? You want to live corporate life? Doesn't happen because the values are not aligned properly. For her, maybe the value is security and family and everything. For you, you want to take risks. There's a clash there. Motivation. Your values drive your motivation, right? Why do you get up in the morning? What makes you get up in the morning, right? So for me, when I was running Genesis, I still remember I used to be so excited about getting up in the morning because I wanted to go to the office and we had a nice, small, fun team, right? And even more fun for me was teaching in the evenings. Like Nehal was in my class, right? So I used to have total fun. For me, class was relaxation. I would go, take off my jacket, have a chat, like talking to friends, and then we go into an intense 3 hours of CFA with punctuated by a lot of jokes and fun, right? But that was my value, right? Getting up in the morning, that motivation came from that value of sharing and freedom and authenticity, right? And of course, we also have priorities. So one of my coaching clients said, I'm finding it difficult to prioritize, right? I'm finding, because too many things happening. I have to go to the gym. I have to keep my bosses happy. I have to keep my colleagues happy. right? My wife and 2 kids happy. My parents are staying with me, right? Then I want to do some coaching with you, right? I want to travel. So, too many priorities. How do you sort among the priorities? How do you sort? What is that one tool that you can use to figure out what is number 1, 2, 3, 4? Values again, right? Values. If family is number 1 in your list of values, and you're going to come to that, by the way, we're going to get into a value discovery session soon. If family is number 1 in the list of values, you're going to give that priority. Career would probably come second, or health might come third. That's how you are. So your values drive your priorities. Today, you're all here today, right? How many? 50, 49, 50 people? Give or take? Why? You made it a priority, right? On a Saturday morning, where you could be doing so many other things with so many different people. Why? Because you thought that it's a priority for you to be here for self-development. Am I right or no? That's against a value for you. Right? Learning. Probably learning is a value for you. Right? Connecting maybe is a value for many of you. Right? So that is pretty much, the why value is important. Mental health, of course, driven by values, hugely. Okay? And so we have all this importance of values. I wanted to keep this in mind because you don't need to take notes. The slides are already with Junaid. You'll send it to all of you. Don't worry about that, right? You'll get the slides. But very important. So values is not something abstract or philosophical or theoretical bullshit. Values are very practical, right? It's something day to day. It's something that will get you unstuck in life. And if you don't know your values, you'll remain stuck. Actually, it's not enough to know your values. You should also live your values, right? And we're going to come to that as well. Right. Very important session. Value discovery. Ready? Yes. Okay. Cool. You all have your pads and pens? Good. Okay. Now, I want you to follow exactly what I'm going to put on show screen, right? It's a very simple exercise. Okay. Very simple stuff. But I think it's going to be very interesting. Yeah? You don't have to share anything with anyone. Don't worry. People look at me like, oh my God, I have to share my values. If you want to, of course, feel free. Yeah. Although you don't have to. Right? Ready? Okay. First step. Write down 12 statements that's either important to you or you want to achieve or enjoy doing. Remember, I showed you the big screen of values: respect, integrity, family, achievement, fun, romance, whatever, education, authenticity, whatever, health, well-being. Write down 12 statements. Just one word or a couple of words. Yeah. The values, exact. Respect, integrity. Talked about that, right? Freedom.
Oh, sure, it's not statement.
Can be a statement as well. It's fine. Even a statement is fine. If you can capture it in 1 or 2 words, amazing. Otherwise, write a statement. 12. In no particular order. Don't give any priority. Just write down 12. Don't crumple anything. This is just keep it with you. Just keep that sheet with you. We're going to work on that sheet. 12 statements in no particular order or hierarchy. Just 12. Are we done? Right? Everyone must have 12. There's a reason for the number 12, by the way. It can't be 11. It can't be 10. It must be 12. Others, we have problems. It can't be 10. It must be 12. There's a reason for that.
You're putting in.
Right. Shall we move to the next step? Got it? No, not almost. Everyone must have 12. We can't have almost. We need to have full 12. Because if you don't have 12, then you'll be stuck in the middle somewhere. Sorry? You can't unstuck. You good? Okay. Next step. So you got 12 statements, right? 12 values. Yeah? Next step. Delete the 4 least important. delete the 4 least important of the 12. It's quite difficult. That's what. If it was easy, ever do it, right? Right, 8. No. Remove 4. Done? Pretty fast, man. Delete 4. Any 4, huh? Not the first 4 or the top or the bottom 4. The least 4 important, which can mean anywhere, right? But take it seriously, guys, because it's very important, right? Don't just randomly delete. Don't randomly delete. Yes, I'll give you some time. Mandatory. Everything I'm saying is mandatory. You can have no. 4 least important. No. I'm going to come and check yours, but I'm going to come and check your guys. So.
Don't ask like why it is least important for you.
No. I won't ask. I will just read out it to everyone. That's all. We cross out family. Okay. Does your family know that they're least important? Sorry?
Oh, there is no couples here.
It's being recorded, by the way, so you never know. Done? So now you have how many? 8. You should have 8 values. 8 distinct statements left. Okay, we'll go to the next stage. Pais, are you done? Yeah. Sure? One more, okay. Anyone with one more? One more? Anyone else with one more? Okay. Done? Okay. Okay, next step. It's going to be even more interesting. Look over them again. Delete the 4 least important. You can't have 12 values, man. After that, you can't live your life with 12 values. Even 8 is too much. Prioritize, right? Focus. We need focus in life. This is not M&A, man. Don't confuse finance with finance. Mergers and acquisitions, right? Consolidation.
I'm consolidating. That's already.
Don't give them wrong ideas. Please don't listen to him. Don't listen to Vice. Delete the next 4 least important. I think the youngsters are getting it easier. The ones who are more experienced are the ones struggling with deletion, right? Yeah? So you first deleted 4, the first round. Second round, you deleted another 4. So you're now left with? You never know what's happening next. You good? You only got 4 left? Yes? Only 4 left? Shamil? Yeah? Done. Amazing. Junaid? That's difficult, true. But very important as well, right? Nehal, you good? 4? Right. So, what you have left are your core values. The 4 you have left are your core values, which, why I call it the value discovery session. Is it useful or no? Did you find out something about yourself in those 4? Can you resonate with those 4? Can you connect with those 4? Do you really think those are the 4 most important values? The most important. 12 are important, but the most important, as in what you value the most. That's why I call them values, right? What you value the most, right? Keep this piece of paper in your pocket or wallet and carry it around with you. I'm not joking. Because this is what's going to, you should be driving your daily actions based on this at work, anywhere else. I haven't finished. There's more. I'm not going to let you off that easily. Okay? Don't put in your wallet yet. Don't put in your pocket yet. Okay? Keep that piece of paper with you. Because the next exercise related to this is, are you living your values? Are you living your values? It's not enough to just write down your values and put in your pocket, right? So you have 4 values, right? Write down the 4 values here. Make a table like this. Value 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll explain to you what the other 2 columns mean. Once you finish column 1, let me know. Done? Samir? Done? Write the whole thing, right? The whole thing. Now, 0 to 10. Future, 0 to 10. I'll tell you what now and future means. Right. Now, this simply is written down. The second column, now, 0 to 10. 0 means you're not living that value at all. 10 means you're fully living that value. So for each of these values, score yourself between 0 and 10. Start just here. Don't go to the next column yet. So for example, if integrity is your value, maybe you put 4 on it, or 5, or 7, or 0. Right? 10 is an option. But don't fool yourself. You're the easiest people to fool, right? You have to rank. Not rank, score. The score. The score. So if you put integrity here, there might be 4 values, right? Integrity, respect, family, achievement, for example. For each, score between 0 and 10.
How much you've achieved?
How much are you achieving now? How much are you living today? Not achieved, living today. Are you really living your value of respect? Or do you still shout at waiters like Khalid does? Right? Randomly picking him, right? Right? If achievement is your value, are you living that? Are you really achievement oriented? Or are you just saying it to make people happy? Things like that. 0 means you're not living at all that value. 10 means, yeah, you're living that value fully every day, every second, every week. Please be realistic. Please be honest. Because you're not going to show it to me. Why do you show it to yourself only? Don't try and fool yourself. Irfan? Good? Let me see your list. Just kidding. Random check. Random check. Next one. More importantly, future. Let's take future of 3 years from today. How do you want to live those values? You wrote it there. So for example, if achievement is right now a value and you're only living it 4, maybe you want to live it at 6 or 8. 3 years from today. So today, this is today, this is future. For the same value. Maybe you want to live it less, it's fine. For example, money is probably 8 now, maybe you want to leave it 6 later. Because money is no longer important to you in future probably. To you. Can go up or down. So at the end of the exercise, you will have 8 numbers. Yeah. Oh, I thought tick marks. Like, what's tick mark mean? 8 numbers. Anyone want to tell me about your discoveries? Open up, guys. Come on. This is like, there's supposed to be quite an open session. Yes.
Hi,
Hi.
so I want to travel a lot. I love it, but right now, okay, I'm doing okay. Traveling. So in the future, so I gave a rating of 7. Right?
Today.
And I want to make it 8.
Okay.
So okay, over the next 3 years.
Right.
And playing with kids. That's the next priority I have. Right now, I'm not doing that great because of various reasons.
What's the score like?
Sorry?
What's the score for that?
It's 5.
5, okay.
Maybe in the 3 years, I want to make it to 8. Going to gym, I'm doing okay. It's 9. 9.
Okay, nice, man. Amazing.
8 to 9.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Fellow gym goer. Bonding, right? Value bonding.
And doing swimming with my kids, it's 0 now.
Okay.
I want to make it to 5 to 6, maybe
In the future.
next 3 years.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Yes, you were saying something.
Yeah. So for me, growth. So even I thought I was growing till the session.
Yeah.
And I said, then it really is only 4.
Only 4 now.
4. All be in 10.
You want to be 10?
10.
Okay.
No compromise on that.
Right.
And then family.
Family.
It's around 6. But again, I want to go back at least to 9 to 10.
Okay. Right.
Ethics.
Ethics.
Yeah.
What is it now?
6.
6.
But I have to get into 10. No compromise on that too. Entrepreneurial.
Yeah. Entrepreneurial.
It's 2.
It's 2. That's fine. Don't judge yourself. It's fine. No one's judging.
Somewhere around
8.
8.
Yeah. Anyone else? Faiz, you want to share? Yes. Sure. Come over here, man. Come over here and talk about.
No. So the first one that I have, so I did a lot of M&A combination of values.
Right.
So I couldn't just
help yourself.
yeah. I did M&A within the values. So So the first one is family, wellness, and kids. Okay, that I think is 7 today. I want to take it to 10
Okay.
I spend good time with the family, so. But I think, as he said, maybe there are some games that I don't go or swimming that I never saw, Second is freedom of time. I want to be free.
You want more time for yourself.
Yeah, I think I want to break free.
Right.
Today is 4, I want to be at 8 or 10.
Right. Okay. Good time. So I just want to sound a word of caution here. Many of you have said 8, 9, 10. That's extreme. All right. You can't have everything because it's going to be impossible. I can tell you right now. So for example, if you put growth at 10, amazing. But then family can't be 10. You have to give up something. It's always a trade-off. There's always a trade-off. So just keep that in mind when you have to balance out somewhere. Yes, but have a realistic target as well. Have a SMART goal, right? You talk about SMART goals in corporate life. You need to have a SMART goal for yourself as well. You want to continue? Or?
Yeah, sure. So I'm listening.
Yeah.
Third is relationships, friends, fun, distress, health.
Okay. Where are you today?
I'm at 4.
I thought you better than that, man. You kept in touch with me 20 years. Right? I didn't keep in touch with him. He kept in touch with me. So that's pretty good, right? That's, I don't know what I did.
Yeah, but maybe I'm stressed or health-wise, I don't go to gym. I'm not a gym person. Okay. I can run, I can do stretch and calisthenics, but...
So your health a value?
Yeah, I want to be more fit and I want to spend more time, investing in myself. So,
right.
I think I'm 4 or 5 there.
Today?
Yeah.
And you want to be?
Maybe 7 to 8. Reputation is very important for me, like integrity.
Reputation.
Yeah, ethics is very important.
Yeah.
I think I'm 6 or 7 now. Maybe 8 or 9 is possible. But I don't know what to do for... I'm already doing well, I guess. 6.
So something you don't have to change.
Yeah.
You don't have, it doesn't mean you have to change, you have to go all the time. But sometimes you kind of get to bring it down. Like I said, right? Sometimes you need to bring it down. Sometimes. Like for example, work, right? Career orientation, after some time, it gets to you. Maybe you can cut back on those and then you can increase the family part. It's a trade-off. Please remember that. It's always a trade-off. You can go like this, or like this, those values, right? You don't have scores. You don't have to be always going up. This is not an exam, right? If you have to always score 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, right? Keep that point in mind. One more?
Yeah, that's it. Those are the 4. But I think I can take your point that 10 is not possible.
10 is, it's going to be possible, but then everything else will take a hit. Other 3 might take a hit.
I think it's a good thing to share with the family again, so that I can never be 10. Look down my life.
A good one.
Also the current state we are on. I think this is amazing. If you don't help me find that 10 is not possible,
Alibi.
Yeah.
Then there's a trade-off there. There's a trade-off there with your wife.
Tell me how your wife reacts to this, by the way, later. Anyone else wants to share? Please go ahead. This is the open session. Yes, please.
So, my first one is social recognition and contribution to the society.
Okay.
Currently it's 4. I want to make it 7.
Okay.
Then second one I choose like financial freedom. Basically like after the retirement, like how financially myself to be out freedom. Currently I plan like this is kind of a retirement plan, like what you're saving for your after retirement.
Right.
Currently my score is 6. I want to make it 8.
Okay.
Then work-life balance, which includes the health, well-being and everything. Currently it's 6. I want to keep 5.
Okay.
This is exactly the point. Like I'm spending more time on my
The trade-offs, basically, trade-off that we talked about. Correct.
and the career goals and achievement. Currently it is 6. I want to make it 7. Slightly needs to be better.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Ashik. Amen. Only one. Oh, man. Still, like private bankers, right? You only show you this product. You will not show you all products. Just kidding.
So, honestly, I feel on a personal and professional networking, I am at 9 or 10.
Today.
I think you have to reduce it now.
Yeah, bring it down.
What I want to do, 9 in networking, and then I've reduced to 5. Because now if I go to a restaurant, I spend not with family. Somebody who I know, I go to a movie, I see somebody there and I network with them, and I'm the last person to leave from an event or anything.
So MMF, you have to now consider him as gone. You've lost him.
Yeah, because wherever we go, we see him.
Okay.
Any event.
Wow, okay.
He's the most well-networked.
But that takes a toll on work-life balance and family, right? No?
For my profession, like I've been in the private banking industry.
At all, yeah. They're used to it. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Anyone else? Yes. Gunil, yes, please.
Apparently, so I put it like social friend circle has 8. So, yeah, so say I want to reduce it, I feel like, I put it 5.
That's the second MMF member saying that. What's happening? What's happening? It's not good. Exactly.
First, professional excellence, I put it 5 for me. I want to increase it again within next 3 years. Leadership, I put it 5. So I want to make it 8. Last one, giving back. As of now, 5. I want to, make it 6 or 7.
Right. Thank you. Interesting. So thank you all for sharing. Really appreciate that. What I want to do is once you go home today, before the busy week starts, please go over this list again. I strongly urge you to do that. It will change. It's life transforming, by the way. It can change your life. And think about not just the values that we finalized. You can go over the list again, the 12 values, and cut more stuff or add more stuff, up to you. But also think about the relative scoring, where you are now and where you want to be. Because, like I said, some things conflict, some things are impossible, right? Some things depend on your stage of life, stage of career, right? Some people want to be leaders, but then it might be that needs to go up, but that has an impact somewhere else, right? The last bit, next steps. And this is something I want you to do next week itself, the week starting Monday, right? So you have 1 day to think about it. What we talked today is we talked about the definition of values. We talked about examples of values. We talked about value discovery. We discovered your values, right? And where you are now and where you want to be. But also, we need to find out, are you really living your values on a day-to-day basis? Apart from the score that you gave yourself, right? So what I want to do is basically write down 3 activities that you will do in the next 90 days to close the gap. There's a gap here, right? This gap I'm talking about. The gap between 6 and 10 or 5 and 8 or whatever. For each of those, not doesn't have to be each of those, just 3. There are 3 activities that you can think about, right now. That you will do, not think about. Okay? Not think about, that you will do. Actually implement. Because all of us are good at talking, but we are shit at doing stuff. Okay? That's the reality. We don't execute. We don't execute. We read books, we attend events, we shake hands, Instagram, LinkedIn, but jack shit about implementing in our life. That includes me also sometimes. So what will you do in the next 90 days? What can you do? Something realistic. Not like I'll become CEO in 90 days. It's a nice ambition, but probably not going to happen. Yeah, but just to start the ball rolling. Start the ball rolling in 90 days.
There are 4 in, but there are 3 activities.
That's 3, any 3. We can put 4 if you want, under each of those 4. I try to keep it minimum. No, don't increase the size, but it doesn't happen. The bigger the list, the less likelihood of it happening. 3 activities. Make it specific. No, we use a SMART formula, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, targetable. SMART. Don't write some vague stuff because the vague stuff doesn't happen. Right? I'll be a better boss. What do you mean by better boss? Yeah. Are you going to be less of an asshole? For example, are you going to be a better boss or what? Are you going to be more empathetic? No? Are you going to talk to your teammates more often? Right? Because learning, what do you mean by learning exactly? Are you going to listen to podcasts? Are you going to start an executive MBA? What are you going to start? It doesn't have to be something you complete. What are you going to start in the next 90 days? Anything that you're going to start, initiate. If you can complete it, amazing. But it doesn't have to be completed in 90 days. Start something. Because a lot of us have starting problems. Right? Starting trouble, not just cars. Even human beings have starting trouble, right? So let's start something. Yeah? And back in work for the next 3 days, say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I want you to put labels on the values underlying your key decisions. What do I mean by that? Like I said, every behavior at home or at work is based on values. Agreed? Everything you do. The way you dress, what you eat, who you talk to, how you talk to, when you talk to that person is all based on your values. Okay? For just 3 days, not longer because it gets tough after that. Just 3 days. Observe what you're doing. So this is what I talk about self-awareness, right? I think you talked about self-awareness. You need to be very self-aware over the next 3 days and put labels on the values. So if you treat a waiter nicely, respect. Right? If you spend time with your kids, family. You have nailed that value. Right? Things like that. If you're reading a book or listening to a podcast, learning is a value, is a label they have to put on that. Right? If you ask for a promotion or what about achievement is a value from that, or you're working towards that. Right? The reason I say that, observe yourself, of course, pay attention to the values you're living versus the ones you choose in that list. You know the 4 values that you guys agree that are your top most important values? Compare those 4 values with the values over the next 3 days and see whether are you lying to yourself or actually you're in alignment with. So basically what you said and what you're doing. What you declared today in that list is what you think are your soft values. Are you really living those values? Right? It's like a good check, reality check. Yeah? Is there a pattern? Very important. Is there a pattern in what you're doing? Are you always staying office late at night, although you said family is your value? There's a pattern. Right? Are you always ignoring gym despite saying health is a priority? That's a pattern. Are you always shouting at your employees despite saying respect and integrity are important? That's a pattern. Right? And if you're unhappy, it's probably because you're not living your values. Those 4 things you wrote down, if you're not living them those 3 days, that means that's the reason, major reason why you're miserable. Why you're not living them, that's a different issue altogether. But if these are not aligned, misalignment, right? You have a problem, right? Thank you very much.